Hello, my name is Baron Battlebred, and welcome back to AllTheMons. Today, I'm here to refinish my armor. This leather and chainmail is just not going to cut it anymore. But in order to do that, there's a lot we have to get done first. That is, first, do we need to make power? Because I need some of the things that power gives us. In order to do that, we have to make these obsidian generators. Come on. Is that how you? Yeah, that's right. That's the right one. I put all these up in the corner there, and I can't see the obsidian one, so it took a second for me to figure out what I was messing up. There we go. Okay. And then I need the obsidian generator, the obsidian furnace. I need the furnace and the augment. That's what I needed. I need the furnace and the augment. Then the pipes. Yes. And a tank. Very important. And a cauldron. Yes, a cauldron. Bro, for the life of me, I completely lost track of my thoughts. I got distracted for a second. Oh, there's a puppy. Pepita would say hi, but she's very quiet, except for when she's borking. But I needed a pasture block, and in this little room that I built, I am going to make a generator and employ some fire Pokemon to fill it. I forgot that I have an inventory in my hand for a second. But yeah, I should be able to put it all together here. Nope, I immediately messed up. That's okay. I forgot my fluid hoppers. I will figure this out. Don't you worry. Now there. See, the real problem is I'm not very good at design. Usually, I dig the blocks, and then my wife will put them together. But she, as you can see, she's not in this room, and as such, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, give me a second while I looked up a tutorial. Not a real tutorial, but like I saw someone else do this in an AllTheMons video. Uh, it's very important. They're chosen architect, and they had a different setup, just a little bit. I tweak it a little bit, but it worked really well for them, and I figure it can work really well for me too. Okay, we pipe. Nope, that's not right. This is almost right, but something is definitely wrong. Yes, just gotta go around in a circle. That's what's important. Now we augment. Now we're able to. No, that's not it. Input, output. There we go. No, no. Input, output? That's what I'm looking for. Yeah. Oh, fuel. Whoops. Fuel, input, output. My apologies. I'll fix that. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, this should work. This should. I need my wrench. We'll pull from the bottom and pull from the top of the tank. Nice. Okay. And then from here, I need. I forgot buckets. It's very important. I need buckets. Buckets. I get distracted easy. I'm trying to. Pasture block. No. Yes. No. No. I don't have an axe. And it's immediately filling with lava. Heck yeah. Good job, Ponyta. Tiny fire slug. Oh, no, if it's filling with lava, then I don't need to put more stairs up. I need a bucket. There it is. I figured out what I was doing. Perfect. I did it. And this should generate power. Mag mortar might be too big. I'm going to bring out Chef. Okay, and now we're going to make this a little more friendly. Some glass down. We'll put a door down. It'll be a great time. There we go. Perfect. I did it, guys. I built something all by myself with a little YouTube tutorial help. And it's actually working. I forgot how to get power out of this thing, but that's okay. I need these metallurgic infusers. I made these pipes. The redstone and the osmium go in here, and this will make. And the redstone and the copper go in this one. And this makes the other thing. I know that there's a button here somewhere that lets me view the item that I'm looking at. No. Nope, that's definitely not it. It's gotta be. Nope, not that. This one? Nope, this one. Not that one. Yes, there we go. Basic universal cables. They started moving power. From here, we can make the infused alloy and the basic control units, and those are very important for getting into the power mod, which I'm going to need in order to generate enough power to get into the other power mods. But right now, I'm generating this power so that I can make a set of item moving pipe things so that I can fix my mob farm. But I'm also going to use it to make a battery because I can. I'm even going to go as far as to make an advanced battery. So I'm going to make 4 of these. Yes, the advanced energy cube. And I don't know how to make that alloy yet, but from here, I'll just turn everything else off. And, oh, yep. Can't have you getting a lava bucket. There we go. And now we have power. Fantastic. Good job, Chef. And Ponyta. And Fire Slug. Hooray! I'm so excited. Yeah! I built something all by myself. And now we're going to use what I built here to improve my mob farm. And we're going to take the mob farm and we are going to finally upgrade our armor. So yeah. And then we're going to make these red ones because the red ones are obviously better. That's okay. I need to move all this stuff. So I need more things. We're going to get some steel because that's always good. The configurator is needed in order to configure the pipes. Oh, sweet. Universal cables. Always good to have those. But in order to get the pieces that I need to get, I actually have to go into the nether. Because in order to get what I want to get, I need some blaze rods. And I thought that I could no diff this Butterfree, and turns out I was wrong. And I realized this as a good Pokemon trainer, and I'm leaving before this Butterfree kills me. And I go on an adventure. Hooray, adventure! But one of the first things I'm going to do is actually take these 2 extra tanks that I built. I'm going to fill them up with lava. Oh! Dodge it! Run away! That. You sneaky. Wasn't even scared a little bit. Anyway, I fill up my tanks, and I go put them away. It's good to have one on you, because the Blaze Jet wand runs on lava. And then I decide, after that Butterfree kicked my butt, to level up my Pokemon as much as I can. Because I have thousands of these candies. This is sped up about 250%. Maybe more. Then I realized that I don't really need Drillbur in my team. So I'm going to switch him out for this Cottony because I feel like I need a grass type, and it's the only one that I have. We're going to change up some of their moves a little bit. But other than that, I actually spent so much time tinkering with the pipes in this, but I did it. And I fixed the mob farm, so I'm going to AFK here for a little while. And after about 15 minutes, this is what I've got left in this container. Which I think is a lot. I didn't even see the trident in there, but now I see the trident in there. So I pick and chose some of the best gear from the apotheosis abilities. And I want to enchant it. But I'm looking at it, and I see this Eterna, Quanta, Arcana stuff. And I'm like, these are very low numbers. Like, this isn't even a third of the bar. So how do we... See, there are bookshelves. They have numbers attached to them. And then I found out. I went and looked it up. And I start organizing things because organization is good. But the hell shelves are actually what I need the blaze rods for. I went into the nether to fill those tanks. This is where I need to go back into the nether to get the blaze rods. Every time I turn around, I'm going back into the nether because I need gas tiers to make these potions, to make these hell shelves, to get better enchantments. Ugh. It's so dramatic. Every time I turn around, I have to go back into the nether, and I don't even have fire resistance yet. Alright, let's see if we can't find some gas on our way to our blaze spawner. I completely forgot at this point that I had set down a waystone so that I could just teleport there. So that, using this blaze jet wand, I just kind of fly over there. It's really, really effective. Oh yeah. I try to save myself from this blaze. Realizing that I also need nether brick. I mine out a lot of nether brick. I know that half of the premise of this game is mining and the other half is crafting, but I'm just going to go ahead and skip ahead to the part where I finally start collecting the blaze rods here in a minute. Oh, you thought I meant now. And I did, because I rebuilt this blaze spawner into a blaze farm. After taking all the time to figure out the mob grinder, I now can grind blazes. Super useful. Anyway, now I need to head out and find ghasts. But in doing so, I see this really powerful looking pig dude. Well, I get sniped out of the sky by these blazes. And apparently they're a better shot than me. But I take him down in the end, and then I start shooting this guy. And I don't even notice at first that he hurts me every couple of times I shoot him. I think when I shoot him in the head or something, like some part of his gear has this thorn effect that only sometimes works. So I don't really know what to do about that. But I sat here pinging away at this guy for longer than I should have. I'm going to be honest. And in the end, I'm pretty sure I wasn't actually doing any damage because I shot him forever and he didn't die. So I recharged my wand and I go back to hunting gas. Trying very hard not to fall in the lava. But as it turns out, I think lava is magnetically attracted to me. Because I step in it a lot. So I really don't like these basalt deltas. There are far too many places for me to fall into lava. But I'm getting better at maneuvering around. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I say as I panic slightly. And then I get bored of hunting ghasts, and I start mining ore that I find around the place. Because you never know when you're going to need fluorite. Which at the time was really funny, because I just got back from a dentist appointment, and I was laughing to myself. Haha, this is the stuff they put in your teeth. It comes from hell. I almost died to a very angry pig. But in doing so, I find this Larvastar. 2 of them. But this one is weak enough for me to catch. And so I'm going to do that. Because a firebug is probably going to be pretty strong. At least I think this one's pretty strong. I think this one evolves into like a big firebug that's actually really good. So I'm going to do my best to catch it while I have the chance. Whee! Anyway, I get distracted again and back to the ghast hunt because this thing appears right in front of me. Turns out I am not a good shot, but I do go hunting. I managed to hunt a couple of ghasts, just enough to make as many ghast tears as I need. That was surprising. I didn't know that you could. They make. Anyway, I turned my pick into a silent version, which makes it technically unbreakable in the sense that when it runs out of durability, it just stops working instead of disappearing, which is fantastic. Just by putting it in my player crafting inventory and then pulling it out again. And then I can use a repair kit on it, which makes it so much easier than having to go back to anvils and stuff. And then I just, start mining around where I find my first piece of ancient debris. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right, netherite exists. And then I find a bunch more. And honestly, in the end, I got like 23 pieces of ancient debris in this trip. 24. And then I go back to ghast hunting. Oh. I saw a camel, I tried to land, and I stepped in lava. I hate the nether. So I go home. I make the... it looks like I forgot to record the footage, but in the fire room, I put down a bunch of brewing stands, and I put the ingredients in there, and I let the fire Pokemon light the brewing stand, so I didn't have to waste the blaze rods on brewing. And I made the weakness potions that I need in order to make the hell shelves that I need, but then I ran out of books. So I'm going to take down what I have. I almost hit myself with an anvil. But that's okay. I need to make a hell shelf, and in order to do that, I need to make regular shelves again. You know what I should have done is I should have checked to see if any of my enchantments were Silk Touch, and then I could have just, used these. And instead, I have to make fresh ones. But that's fine. But with these hell shelves, I should be able to get much better enchantments. And that is the important part. I'm starting to think I built this wrong. But that's fine. I also saw that you could squish enchantments off of things in the Apotheosis mod by squishing them with an anvil, and I spent like 20 minutes trying to figure out how to do it until I saw that you had to put a piece of obsidian underneath it, and that's really important. So the obsidian goes down, then you can throw books and enchanted gear, like raw books, and then you squish them in an anvil, and then the enchantments come off the gear, especially if they're enchantments that you want, but they're on the wrong pieces. And then you just get everything that you need. Amazing. I have so much bread. My backpack feeds me. I was going to make a disenchanting table until I realized that I could not. But I do remember that there's a library that stores things. But then I see that it takes enchanted hell shelves. Which means that I have to go back to the nether. And I really don't. Well, I don't want to hunt so many more ghasts. Oh my god, they took forever. So we're really just gonna skip to the part where I have it once I realize that I don't wanna. Yeah, right there. So yay, library. And then from here, I can put all my enchanted books in. And then when I want to enchant my gear with the better stuff, I can just take out exactly what I want instead of having to deal with stuff that I don't. How cool is that? This is very good things. And then I remember that I found some enchanted books my first time out, including but not limited to a Silk Touch and a Mending book on like day one from a thing that basically tried to kill me. It was up in a tower, up in a tower. And so I am going to enchant some gear, and I am going to improve my defenses because, gosh darn it, I need it. Ugh. Also, I need villagers in order to do the next things that I want. So I'm going to take these easy villager farmer, breeding block, and incubator, and I am going to make a little villager assembly line. Pull from you, pull from you, pull from you. Perfect. Now I need the villagers that I collected on like day 2, because I know I collected them. Nice. 2 villagers. Perfect. I need a farmer. It's in here somewhere. There he is. I gotta get a second one just in case. Perfect. So you get to go in here, and you get to go in here, and you get to go up here, and I'll give you potato. You'll grow potatoes. And then you guys. How do I. Oh, food items. Perfect. And now you guys will eat the potatoes and share the potatoes and make a baby. I would like a tiny villager, please. Hmm. Hello. Oh. Yay, tiny villager inside glass. Ugh. And then I went back down to my mob farm and I saw that it was full of rotten flesh. And I need to make a bunch more books so that I can start enchanting things. So I'm going to put them in this barrel here, and then that is going to lead into a drying rack, and then all of these rotten flesh are going to, one by one, turn into leather, slowly and continuously. And then I will be able to make a whole bunch more books. Oh, don't steal my pants. I don't need you to dry my diamond pants. That's just silly. Anyway, my organization skills aren't what they used to be, but I got distracted again, and I remembered that there was this tower thing on top of the hill after I put on my brand new armor. Look how cool I am. This stuff still isn't enchanted, by the way. I don't have the levels, so I currently have the mob farm running to collect the levels that I want in order to do all the enchanting. But hey, loot. Another bell sprout. Oh, I thought there would be a gym leader up here, but it turns out there's a bell sprout. And I don't know why bell sprout gets like its whole own tower, but I will find out. Even though this bell sprout is absolutely going to kick my butt. Anyway, I have learned to run because there doesn't appear to be any extra loot up here, which is unfortunate. So I'm going to leave. Oh, yep, goodbye. I'm gone. I'm going to go exploring because I know somewhere out in the world is my next fight, and I would like to take it. But first, I find another one of these towers that tried to kill me. And so the best thing that I can do here is break in. Let me in, please. Thank you. All right, now, remember there's TNT. It's the most dangerous building in the game, I swear. Free books, though. Free books are always good. Anyway. I want to pick up this TNT, please. Thank you. Ooh. Some good stuff. Anyway, I start stealing the loot on the way down because these gems are really important to the Apotheosis gear, and apparently can be used to upgrade things, which I've been getting a couple from the mob farm, and I'll be able to make use of them then. But I pull out my trainer card, and I notice that it's pointing me at this mountain, which can only mean one thing. I get distracted by a pile of ores. So I'm just going to go ahead and take all these. And after I'm done with that, I follow the line. And I don't do this very well. Actually, really dumb about this. I broke cardinal rule number 1. Don't dig straight down. Now, it doesn't kill me, unfortunately. But it probably should have. We're back to the mining part of Minecraft. Yeah, I go about this in the worst way. I'm going to be honest. I did not realize how this system works. I am really dumb. But I get in a fight with a skeleton, and after telling it to shove off, I find you, my next rival, Commander Jupiter. So, I'm going to break up a little space, and I momentarily get distracted. Oh, that's right, I'm in a fight. I'm really sorry. I recorded this after a dentist appointment. I was a little bit out of it. But I am going to Metal Claw my way into defeating this Zubat. I think. because they keep healing. That's okay, though. Eat Metal Claw. Eat Metal Claw again. And you know what? Eat Metal Claw for a third time. Ha! Sucker. And then Skuntank comes out, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna preserve my guy. Because Skuntank is weak to ground. And I do the next best thing. I use Magnitude instead of Bulldoze, like an idiot. And somehow, while standing in water, I die to a flamethrower. You know what? I think I'm gonna lick you. I'm gonna put you to sleep, and then I'm gonna lick you. You know what I should have done here is confuse Ray, but I didn't. Cottony surviving the flamethrower, putting out a stun spore, coming in clutch. You're just really not very strong against this Skuntank, are you? You should have seen that they had poison. That's okay though. Gonna bring out the guy I should have started out with to begin with, and I'm just going to bubble. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Skuntank getting full powered. Can you bubble again? Thank you, Blackberry. Blackberry, I'm gonna need you to step it up and bubble one more time. And just like your individual before you, Commander Jupiter, I'm afraid that as a member of the bad guys, you're going to have to die. Nobody is here to stop me. I get a trophy, though. And on the way home, I see another trainer. And then I want to go fight them. But then I realize it's nighttime. And everything is full of danger. Like that zombie chasing me right now. Yeah, see? There it is. Coming after me. And then I'm like, okay, I'll fight you from up here. Wait, let me. Hello? I missed. I see how. Gimme Ghoul. Gimme Ghoul in its chest form. Come here, Gimme Ghoul. You know, last time I met one of you, you utterly destroyed me, and I didn't appreciate it. So I'm going to do the next best thing here. And I am going to capture you. Well, that was a lot easier than I thought. But I'm going to take him home. I'm going to put him in a cage. And I'm going to let him roam around with the meows. And now that he's here collecting things, next time we're going to figure out how to make Pokeballs. Goodbye.